Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Harunza binti Ahmad from University Technology Mara. I would like to give a speech, persuasive speech. It's vaping better than smoking cigarette. My lecturer is Puan Jati Harisha binti Harun. Okay, now we go straight to the topic. Is vaping better than smoking cigarette? The article from the Department of Anesthesia, South Africa Hospital, University of the Witwatersrand, South Africa. Take from the University Manchester, Muhammad Darabse, James Selfie, Christopher Moss, Handy Jones, examining the smoking and vaping behavior and the preference of vape shop customer. Okay, so the central idea of statement is to inform my audience that is vaping better than smoking cigarette in terms of health, appearance and society. People who vaping are normally the one who trying hard to quit smoking, and only about 50% who vaping just because trend of the year. Okay, vaping are tools that can help people quit smoking and improve blood vessel within 1 month after quit the toxin from cigarette. So the introduction, the package of cigarette itself show how dangerous the cigarette to our body or how bad the side effect taking cigarettes. Cigarette also known as a serial killer to all the smoker and give very bad effect in future after long time. One cigarette contains such as acrolein, carbon monoxide, acetaldehyde, and cyanide, which is very bad to our body and lung. E-cigarette or vape also containing nicotine that help a lot of people to success stop smoking because the nicotine that have in vape juice almost same like in cigarette. The concern about e-cigarette is vapors from the e-cigarette content. Besides nicotine and the respiratory irritant propylene glycol, toxic substances also seen in cigarette smoke such as acrolein, acetaldehyde, formaldehyde, and reactive oxygen species. The aim of these changes from cigarette to e-cigarette is to compare the effect of vaping and cigarette smoking on cardiovascular, respiratory, and muscle function. Which one better to help people to quit smoking. From the World Health Organization (WHO), it was reported that smoking is responsible for about 6 million deaths across the world. Vaping or e-cigarette are helping the smoker to stop smoking and becoming a popular nicotine alternative to the adverse health effect attributable to traditional tobacco smoking. So, the effect of conventional cigarette smoking and e-cigarette on the organ system. We look at first cardiovascular system. Cigarette increase in heart rate, peripheral vascular resistance and blood pressure. Carbon monoxide mediated reduction in oxygen carrying capacity of the blood, coronary vasoconstriction and acetylcholine release might increase the risk of acute cardiovascular event, namely acute myocardial infarction. We can call it as a stroke. E-cigarette increased heart rate acutely both diastolic blood pressure and heart rate were elevated after e-cigarette use but a lesser extent compared to tobacco cigarette. The nicotine effect related to e-cigarette are limited and controversial. Respiratory system. We look at a respiratory system. Cigarette leads to increased laryngeal and bronchial reactivity, which increase the risk of laryngospasm, might increase the development of chronic pulmonary disease and emphysema or chronic bronchitis. For e-cigarette, result in upper and lower respiratory tract irritation, bronchitis, cough, and emphysema, but not develop any chronic pulmonary disease and emphysema or chronic bronchitis. From the hematological system, cigarettes lead to increased hypercoagulability due to increased platelet activation and circulating fibronectin. E-cigarette vapor extract were shown to enhance palate activation, aggregation, and adhesion. For the renal system, cigarette increase in antidiuretic hormone release, which lead to delusional hyponatremia, but e-cigarette none. Gastrointestinal system. Cigarettes result in gastroesophageal sphincter incompetence, but e-cigarette may cause throat and mouth irritation as well as induce nausea and vomiting due to the vapor juice. Let's look at immune system and wound healing. Cigarette impair both humoral activity and immune-mediated immunity, leading to increased risk of infection and delay wound healing. But e-cigarette may lead to inflammatory induction, upregulation of certain inflammatory markers, and acute phase reaction, reduced immune efficiency. About the cancer association, cigarette associated with the cancer of most organ, lung, gastrointestinal, head, neck, and genitourinary system. But for this moment, e-cigarette is none. For drug interaction, cigarette, the stimulation of receptor result in the requirement of higher doses of muscle relaxant needed to block the receptors. But e-cigarette rate of smoking were comparable to those of nicotine replacement patch. You know the patch. Some people taking patch to stop smoking, but normally not working at all. So once people take the e-cigarette, it more faster to them to quit smoking. So the conclusion here, my conclude here is the nicotine delivered by e-cigarette has also been shown to be considerably less than that of tobacco cigarette. As a result, a cigarette was shown to produce fewer effect as compared to conventional cigarette. Cigarette smoke contain over 4,000 substances, some of which are cytotoxic and carcinogenic. The effect of conventional cigarettes compared to e-cigarette shown that e-cigarette is harmless and the side effect very low. Vaping can be considered as tool to quit smoking, and most of the smokers who vaping can stop addiction on cigarettes and easily can stop smoking, even both are considered harm to body and health. But vaping is the device who can control an addiction and can reduce smoking. So if vaping were really making a serious dent in cigarette smoking, you expect to see the trend line for smoking. I mean the people who stop smoking very low. Once people start introduced to vaping. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.